Hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is gonna be my reaction to the fourth episode of Arcane. For the last episode, we left off with Jinx being taken in by Silco, it seemed like, and Vi was taken away by Marcus. I think he had like good intentions in trying to like keep her safe and away from Silco. At the end there, especially after like Vander and like Mylo and Claggor were killed. Um, I feel like he's kind of doing the same thing that Vander did when Jinx's parents died. He just feels kind of responsible for Grayson, Benzo, and Vander, and the other, I guess, the other enforcers that died from Deckard and the streets. So I think he's just trying to like do the right thing. I don't know. He seems to have this like deep-seated hatred for the people of Undertown, and it seems like it's but like I feel like the feeling of responsibility he has now after he got all those people killed is to like make sure that Vi is okay. Maybe he's just trying to do the right thing, which is understandable for his character. Even though he's like such a dick of a character, it's kind of like a good thing that he's doing that. It's really interesting to see how Vi has now, it seems like she's going to be taken into Piltover, and I guess that makes sense because she is an enforcer in the game. I kind of want to see how she kind of like transitions from where she is to become like one of the enforcers for Piltover. And it'll be interesting to also see how Jinx kind of delves deeper into this like kind of madness of like how she felt like completely abandoned by her family, even though like she was the reason that like they all died though. Like Vander was killed because of her her little bomb. She was trying to like save everyone, but she ended up making things worse, and that probably plays into like, it's probably like eating away at her on the inside, and she probably, as a child, she probably has no idea of like how to deal with that. And like I can understand how a mental break would happen in a person when she had like all these good intentions to like save everyone, and it ended up turning out that she is the reason that they all ended up dying. That's really sad and unfortunate, and I don't know if Vi will be able to like pull Jinx out of that mental state that she will kind of like fall into. And I hope she does. Like, they are still sisters, and I hope Vi does manage to get Jinx out of like Silco's like manipulation. Like, Silco seems to have a weird like understanding where Jinx is coming from, and that's why he kind of like took her in instead of like killed her there. I'm not too sure. I think Silco mentioned like that Vander was his brother, and I kind of thought he meant like figuratively he was his brother, but it seems the more like when I was rewatching it while I was editing the last episode, it seemed like Silco and Vander were actual like blood related brothers, not like the figurative, oh, you're my brother kind of thing. It seemed like they were actually brothers, and it kind of like parallels Jinx and Vi now, and how Jinx feels completely like alone, and she feels like abandoned and betrayed by Vi. And like I feel like Vi just needed space because like everyone they knew, everyone that was like basically their family, just died because of what Jinx did. And like Jinx was, she meant well, but she ended up killing everyone. I can understand like the immediate anger that Vi would feel, but like as soon as she saw Silco like standing over Jinx, she like tried to run in and save her, and unfortunately like Marcus was there and he took her away, and rightfully so. I think like if Vi did go back in there, Silco and all those other people would have killed her right then and there, because she looked like her arm was broken. There's no way she could have fought those people off in that state if she did go in. And that might have ended up being like Jinx and Vi would have probably died right there, because Silco wouldn't have had that conversation with Jinx. He would have just killed both of them there. Like, as unfortunate as it is, I think that if Vi had gone back in, she would have gotten both of them killed right there. And hopefully like somehow later on that they'll be able to like reconcile like their differences, and kind of like come to terms with what happened on that day. I did hear that episode 4 is gonna be like a time skip episode, just as like it's unavoidable. That's why I'm kind of trying to. I'm recording this on Saturday, like the day it came out, because I'm trying to avoid spoilers. There's so many like I turned on my phone on Instagram and there's already like stuff posted about this show, and it's almost as bad as Game of Thrones, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to like avoid social media right now just because I don't want spoilers. I saw like one thing, but it seems like that was already like in the trailer. The people with those masks or whatever. That's not really too bad of a spoiler, but there was other things that were like kind of showing up. Like there was pictures of like Viktor, and I was like, okay. As soon as I saw that, I was like, no, I'm gonna not. I'm just gonna completely avoid social media for now until like I watch it. I might even just binge watch all of this today. Honestly, just so I don't get spoiled on anything. I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see how like I guess Viktor, Jayce, and Mel. Like I don't know. I wonder how, because it's a time skip episode, so I don't know. Like they introduced magic to Piltover, like the hex tech thing. So I don't know what it'll become like after a time skip like that. They don't really. It's like a weird place for a time skip for their story. Like it makes sense for Jinx and Vi's story to like time skip, but for those three, it seems like a lot of wasted potential for storyline. They just kind of like jump ahead. And I don't know. It seems like an odd choice for those three, like where their story ended last episode. So I don't know what they're gonna do with those. With the whole hex tech thing. I wonder how far. If there is a time skip, I wonder how far like the technology would have advanced in that direction, or if it has at all, or if like Heimerdinger ended up like banishing all of them from Piltover. So I'm curious to see how they kind of handle that, and just like this world is so, it's like expanding to such a degree that like I didn't really expect. It's exciting for me to like see a world like this kind of grow, especially from like how, because League of Legends, they never really had like a storyline. There was no story mode. It's just like immediate. It was just like you get into an arena and you start fighting each other. That's basically all the game is, and they just put like backstories for each character. And it was just, they were all, it seemed like so random at the start, because I played this like maybe a little bit after beta League happened. The stories of a lot of the characters have been like changed, and they've been trying to like kind of make it so like the characters have an actual story that like comes together like as a whole, rather than all these like random plots that go kind of nowhere and everywhere all at once. I wonder how they're gonna like continue to expand and explore this world, and how it's gonna turn out. I'm kind of excited to see what the future version of Piltover is gonna end up looking like, and I guess like if the nation of Zon or whatever that Silco is kind of trying to create will become. Oh, and I also noticed from the last episode when Jinx's explosion was going off, it had on the subtitles. Maybe I don't know if maybe I should turn off the subtitles, because sometimes it like shows characters' names that they haven't like mentioned their name yet. Like when with like the whole Viktor thing on episode 2, he didn't say his name was Viktor yet, but the subtitles already said like Viktor, and I was like, oh shit, that's Viktor. And then when he said the line, like where he said his name, it was less impactful on me. I was just like, oh, it already had your name at the beginning. So then it was kind of like an odd choice for them to do that. I don't know why they would even bother doing that, revealing his name like that, but then like also putting it in the subtitles before he says his name. So it was weird. And they did the same thing for Silco. He's not a character in the game. He seems like he's just in the storyline. But like even with Silco, like no one ever mentioned his name before, but like at the beginning of episode 3, you see it say like Silco on there, and I'm like, oh, so his name is Silco, like the eyeball guy that like I knew him as. And then at the end of episode 3, when Jinx's explosion was going off, there was the guy in the lab downstairs, like in the by the aquarium, or like the looking into the water, with the chemicals. He's the one that was like creating the shimmer thing for Silco. It said the name like Singed, and I was like, that's how you're gonna reveal Singed in like the subtitles, that his name is Singed. I don't know. It feels like the subtitles are a little like spoilery, a little bit, and like I don't know if they're trying to do that to like kind of keep people's interest in the characters that are like on the side and like, oh, here's Singed. You don't know, like, you know, this is Singed, or like, you know, this is Viktor. But it's like they're revealed like almost instantly, and I don't know why they bother doing that. It's a weird choice for them to do, and I hope they kind of like do less of that. Because I want them to actually like introduce the characters by like having the character like actually introduce themselves, or like one of the other characters like say their name or something, instead of just having it in the subtitles. You know what I mean? It's weird. So yeah, that's just kind of like my thoughts on the last episode. I just also kind of like, I can't believe they killed Mylo and Claggor like that. That was such a brutal way to kill, and they were like children too. So it was even like, isn't weirder for me. Like I didn't expect them to kill those two in the way that they did. I thought they might just do like maybe like an explosion, and then the kids would just kind of like be killed off screen. But like no, like they literally showed, like it looked like Claggor got hit with a rock in the head, and I don't know if it penetrated his skull or not. It was strong enough to like throw his goggles out of the window and stuff. So I would assume it would have like gone through his skull. And the pole that went through Mylo, I was like, holy shit! Like you guys are like not holding back on this. Oh, and Grayson, that was the other death that I was like, really? You guys are gonna kill this character like this? Because I was really like enjoying her character. She was, I don't know, she seemed like she would be a bigger part of the story, but I guess she's like dead now. And even Vander, like I guess he's gone now. It's really weird because I thought he would like, it looked like he was transforming with all those chemicals in him, but like it looks like he's literally dead. Like he stopped breathing after he told Vi to like take care of Jinx. I don't know, there was like so many deaths that happened in the last episode. It was a little intense. I didn't expect the show to go this dark like this. I remember like when I started the show, I was trying to like find a show that was like more lighthearted, because like the previous show that I watched was very like emotional, I guess. And then I was like, oh, it's Arcane, it's League of Legends, this will be fun and like lighthearted. Like no, it's not lighthearted at all. It's like really dark, and it's like it's drawn me in so much though. And I just want to know more about this world and this story, and I don't know, it's really good. Like I'm really enjoying the show, and I can't wait to see more, I guess. All right, so that's just like what I think of the show so far. All right, I guess we'll start the episode in just a moment. I'm excited to see what they have to offer for this episode, especially after a time skip. All right, awesome. All right, we're starting the episode right now. Progress day. Heimer. What's this? Candle?
You wanted to see me, Professor?
Ah, come in, Jayce. Can you believe
Oh,
it?
maybe I'll put the
Our city
subtitles
is
back
about
on.
to turn 200 years old. A bicentennial
So Heimer is older than
Shaping
the
up
city.
to be an amazing progress day.
No, he said the title.
Stanwick Padidley. Huh. I don't know much about him.
Everything he built either exploded, melted, or toppled over.
Isn't that
And yet,
the guy who made?
stands. Stanwick set his personal ambitions.
Isn't he the one who built
aside,
Blitz?
focused on something far more
Blitzcrank?
important, students.
Wait, isn't he the guy that I've heard that name before in Viktor's story?
A dear friend. The council.
I could never take your place.
I wonder how much time has passed by.
Agree with them. Your hex gates have done wonders for our city.
Hex
Brought
gates.
scholars from distant lands, reignited passions in arts and science.
So they have
You deserve this
Heimer
honor.
has accepted the magic thing. The teleportation magic, I would assume.
It's short notice, I know, but
He said
perhaps
gates,
there's something
so
in the lab you might be able to
is that
discover.
oh my god, that's so
Double
cute.
the grand reveal.
Come to the lab this afternoon, I'll show you.
I'll look forward
Oh,
to
he's
it.
excited. This
You
is
certainly have
good. I like
something
that
to live
they're
up to, my boy.
I like that Heimer has like swallowed his pride on the whole magic thing and just like kind of accepted it like this. That's good. It's weird that this city has so much, it looks like it has so much money and power. I don't understand how they're not helping. Like you're building these gigantic ass buildings and shit, and you can't like kind of give some of that money back to like the poorer side of the city. Like lift them out of poverty. It kind of says a lot about your city if you can't. There's like a golden tower next to a garbage dump. Oh, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty sweet looking, by the way, the teleportation thing. Oh, they're doing the intro song. Oh, like Jayce like mentioned how in the last episode he was mentioning about how like the city is about like progress and equality and stuff. But like if that's what the city stands for, it's weird that you would have and that you would allow like Undertown to exist in its manner without even like trying to attempt to help them. And like from the attitude of the people in the city, it seems like they have no sympathy for the people in Undertown. It's weird that like it seems they're so disconnected from like the reality. Like the people in Piltover, they don't realize like the suffering that's happening just across the river from them. Look at this, like there's like gold encrusted everything in this place. Like seeing this just makes me understand the people in Undertown more. Like you guys have all of this money and everything and you're not, like if you guys are like in one city, like I don't understand why none of that wealth is going to help the poorer side of the city.
Jayce Tallis. The visionary behind
Oh, now she's supporting him again.
trade and prosperity for our great city of progress.
Oh man, I don't like Caitlyn's parents.
He's a very busy man.
Is that Caitlyn? Oh, she's in her enforcer uniform. That's pretty cool.
Serves you right.
Her voice is a lot deeper
Still avoiding?
now.
I'm working.
Oh, I can see.
We have to send it to Anarchy.
Have fun hurting the drunkards.
Oh, I like their friendship. I wish they would show more of these two, like as friends, because it seems like they're close friends, but they're not really being shown that much. Like, yeah, literally, look at this fucking place. Is this still in Piltover? Like, you have the money to like build this giant ass fucking dock for these airships. What's this? This is people from the other side of the bridge. Oh, what the? What's this guy?
Shipping manifest?
Interesting. Oh, that's cool. They have like hoverboards. Oh, it's a guy with the mask in the intro. Or girl. Oh, what are those? Oh, it's like you guys watched Avatar? You know, like that crystal that Boomy uses on Sokka and Katara. The sugar candy thing.
5 minutes till they're out of there.
Firelights.
Check for more below. Burn it all.
Also, they don't want the shimmer to go anywhere. He has like a rod. Is this... I'm kind of thinking it might be Ekko. Just because of the weapon choice. Wait, but Jinx joined them.
She's here.
Oh shit. There's like alien in the ship for alien. That's hilarious. Oh, you're so screwed. Oh, okay. Those guys are so dead. Even if that was a smoke bomb, that would kill you. Oh, this is more like exactly what she looks like in the game.
Hi.
Her voice is different though. Oh, maybe this guy's not Ekko. Ooh. What? Is that Vi? That's not Vi. It just person with red hair. I wonder who the leader is. They wouldn't put a mask on him if it was someone. Oh my god, Jinx is losing it. Holy, she just like snapped there. Although I'm guessing like the voice actor is different for Jinx in here than in the game because her voice is a lot
You are supposed to guard the cargo.
lower. I'm still loving the artwork, and it's so cool seeing like every little thing in this world is so amazing to look at.
Heimer
Viktor.
believes-
Viktor doesn't look like he's been
And what
sleeping
about the
much.
council? Professor, I'm so
Oh,
glad you could
I
make
think it's so cute.
Wouldn't miss it for the world, my boy. What do we have on the docket?
I forgot what they're called, but like you see them in the
it. It all
ARAM
began with
arena
this,
in the game.
a crystal.
Why are you finding these? Why are there so much?
Handled outside our workshops. Finally can.
I don't think he would approve this.
Gemstone.
Because it's just like for everyone to just use. I don't think Heimer would like this. Oh. Well, that's good. It doesn't explode. That's pretty good.
Found the means to find absolutely safe.
Oh, nice.
Present to you
I'm loving
the
this.
next chapter of Hextech.
Isn't that Vi's
Now
gloves?
design portable devices.
It looks like Vi's
The gemstone can power.
glove. Oh my goodness. Is she gonna get a hold of this thing? Oh, that's pretty.
The hex claw. A mechanical arm.
Oh shit. That's. Oh dear, Viktor. Viktor's
Imagine what our artificers could do with such a device. I want Hextech to be a tool.
Oh,
for us
shit.
to build a new world.
Oh dear.
Anyway, this is our presentation.
Quite pumped. But give it a decade of careful research.
Oh damn.
It will
Decade.
be ready.
A decade.
Oh, don't worry, my boy. It zips past you in the blink.
Yeah, because you're like 300 years old. They're not like.
Improving lives with Hextech now.
A breakthrough like this takes time, Victor. Putting that kind
Not
of
10
power into
years.
everyone's hands
I would
is
say 3 years
and
max.
I'm sure you will discover a way to safeguard Hextech against misuse.
No, that makes sense. Don't look like this. He has a point. I don't agree with the 10 years thing, but you still need, like, it's new technology. It needs like laws to be put into place. Oh, that's cool. Camera. It's like a box though. That's interesting. Do they know what that is in Piltover yet? Caitlyn's on the case. Oh. Caitlyn's on the case, guys. Oh my goodness. This is pretty cool, seeing her like investigate like this. What the?
I didn't do anything. She's crazy. Jayce.
Who?
Oh dear.
I can protect you.
Can you though?
Kiriman. Why does that not surprise me?
Oh, it's Marcus.
Interfering in an investigation again.
Priority.
I realize
Oh.
I'm used to getting your way, Kiriman, but we have a chain of command for a reason.
I understand.
Oh, she shouldn't be here.
There's
That's
more
funny.
going on here than just the smuggling.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
well, I mean, she left her post, so technically,
Stillwater Prison.
this is Undercity. Well, I mean, it looks like it has advanced tier 2, but it still looks like... I'd assume people are getting their hands on the crystals already. Who owns the last drop now? Silco, I would assume, if she's walking in here like this.
She fired on us.
There are always mishaps in battle. The
She
Firelights
snapped,
were
though.
targeted, and most are dead.
I mean, I guess they were trapped in those rock things.
Every day, thanks to the hex gates. Now we're cut off.
One of those firelight wackos was a girl with pink hair.
What? This is... The voice is so weird, especially after you hear Jinx in the game.
You know that as well as I do.
I know. Sisters, right? I'm sorry.
I need to know.
Oh, this too weird.
I'm doing this for us, Jinx. All of us.
Oh,
Sons and
I'm not
daughters
liking
of
this.
Deserve.
What is that for? Oh, what is that? Is that just like...
Savika will clean up today's mess.
Savika? That ogre couldn't clean a dust bunny with a blowtorch.
She'll suffice.
So I'm guessing that's like the guard
Focus on your
girl.
gadgetry.
Like his old right-hand man woman.
Take some
It's throwing me off a bit, like the voice actor, because Jinx is so different in the game. More wild and crazy than this. That's Mel. This is like such a beautiful city though.
Me.
I'm loving the shots in this show.
The golden boy. Oh, he's one built over his heart. Oh, speak of the devil.
Yeah, but they were all like looking at him like he was a monster at that council meeting.
Stay. Representatives from all over the world have come to see what new wonders a City of Progress has to offer. If there's a time to present a new creation, it is now.
Oh, if you go over Heimerdinger's head though.
The world is ready. I've already spoken to several potential investors.
Investors.
So she's backing him up, of course.
Everyone wants Hex Tech for themselves. It's your speech. Give the people a glimpse of the future.
Oh dear. Who's this? Oh, Mylo.
Just some wannabe street trash. I got confused, that's all.
Oh, this is
Now,
weird.
he thinks I'm weak. Savika will clean it up. Savika's a regular
She
Johnny
made
on the
a-
spot.
Oh dear, she made a doll of Mylo and
I'm
Claggor.
not weak.
It's weird that she would make one of Mylo and
And I'm
Claggor.
gonna show him. Oh,
Because
I'm
it seemed
gonna
like she
show
wasn't
him.
close to Mylo at all. What's happening with Viktor? Is he sick?
Where were you? They were asking if I could do the address.
This is weird. What's happening with Viktor? Is he like ill?
Guess it's time.
It's weird seeing like Jayce seems like super healthy and all the like yeah, like they said like he's like the golden boy, and Viktor seems like he's like kind of sulking into the shadows and kind of like really ill. It's like a weird dynamic between the two. I don't know why they're kind of focusing on that. He just that thing doesn't like the oh, it's a poro. That's what they're called. I forgot. I was like, what the hell are those things called? They're adorable.
just as shocked as you are.
How long has it been? I wonder. Jinx says she looks like she's maybe 15.
In our factory, we made hammers. They were probably used to cut the stones you're standing on right now. It Piltover prospered beyond anything we could have ever imagined.
See, again, they have so much money, and they still allowing the poor side of the city to be like shit. You know what I mean? It's a weird dynamic between the city and the city. Oh, he's nervous. Second guessing? Victor's gonna go through with it.
That we will share with you when the time is right.
Oh.
We vow to keep pressing forward, for we are the city of progress, and our
But he's holding back. Oh, Victor's not gonna like this. And Mel, both of those two are not gonna like this speech. He's just kind of soaking up in the... Ooh. Mel is pissed.
Fire! Fire!
What's this?
Get the fire brigade!
It sounds like a radio.
I'm a helpless little girl, and I set the building on fire. By accident. Totally by accident.
Oh, jeez.
Get out! Now! Also, I brought this dynamite.
Ooh, damn. Caitlyn's lucky she's not dead.
The gemstone is gone, along with some of our research papers.
Oh dear.
The situation is still developing. No one in the Undercity has claimed responsibility yet.
For too long has the underground been left unchecked.
We've lost
Well, if you guys helped them, they wouldn't be...
your preferred constituents.
Well, it's because you guys have created a divide between you and them. Of course they're not gonna...
Body replacements? We've seen their ingenuity over the years. Of course they can.
He still hasn't fixed it.
If the right person got a hold of it, it's paused, including our laboratories, the refinery, and the hex gates.
Why are the hex
You
gates?
lost your mind?
The hex gates must remain open.
I agree with
Piltover
that.
status as a global shipping lane depends on it. Thousands would lose
But
their
everything
freedom.
else you can shut down.
But shouldn't the safety of Piltover...
Am I to tell the Noxians their next
Oh,
shipment of what?
okay, the Noxians are in here.
Councillors, it appears we are at an impasse. If time has come to explore a more radical solution.
Oh, she's gonna spin this so that they use the technology.
Mr. Tallis, I propose that a new chair be brought forth, and that House Tallis be elevated to this august body.
What?
As a councillor, he will have the resources necessary to protect all our investments.
Councillor Merdarda, this is highly irregular. The
Well, without his contributions, your city would be...
Does the boy have any experience?
Only that of a scientist, like Heimerdinger.
It'd be equals.
I believe Councillor Medarda is right. Hextech security should be administered by a scientist. I second the motion.
Well then, shall we vote?
That's interesting that she would allow him. She seems... Mel's very manipulative still, but like, she seems like she's a good person still. You know what I mean? Whereas Silco's like manipulative, but he's like a bad guy. Ah, what the heck?
That's me!
Half a dozen enforcers, dead!
Happy Progress Day!
Oh dear. Well, she's clearly advanced her tech. Oh dear, she's daddy and sister issues.
Shouldn't you be resting?
Listen, you know how I've suspected.
She's like one. I like people like this.
The great conspiracy.
Like Caitlyn.
I think whoever attacked the square is our suspect. The same symbols showed up at the botched smuggling. Since when did you concern yourself with the council's opinion?
Since I
am becoming one of them.
counselor.
You're serious?
Oh dear.
Why?
No, it's pretty freaking tall. She has to be on a stool.
Haha. I was actually hoping you might consider the best I could do.
I don't need charity, counselor. Yours or my parents.
Kate.
Get out.
Oh dear. Well, he has good intentions, but that seems like a little bit of a slap in the face for Caitlyn. For all her hard work. Stillwater hold. Prison? I don't know where this is. Stillwater hold? I assume it's a prison. It looks like a prison.
Why not?
Well, there's been an incident.
Is he dead?
What kind of incident?
The not so pretty kind.
Ooh.
You don't.
Oh, is that Vi? Oh, it is. They haven't shown her at all. Oh, so Marcus didn't save her. He imprisoned her. What an asshole.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Nice. So that was the end of episode 4. It felt like almost like the beginning of a second season almost, the way they made that episode. They were so like, even the artwork seemed like it advanced significantly as well, like the way they were, like the shots in the city, especially with like the stuff around Mel at her place and like at the ceremony, like the way they shot like those scenes were really like the framing, not like you know what I mean by shots. It's not like, it's not from a camera obviously, but like the way they kind of like set it up, it just looked like even higher quality from like the first part of this show. And even like the advancements in Piltover kind of just show you how far it looks like it's been maybe like 5 years almost, because Vi's also significantly older. Same with Caitlyn. Like Caitlyn was like very like smaller. It looks like she's an adult now, since she's working as like an enforcer now. Vi looks like she's maybe 18 right now, so maybe 4 years, maybe 18, 19. I don't know, the way they showed how Jayce and Viktor have aged, so it does look like Viktor maybe would have been in his 30s when the show first started, and now he's like maybe late 30s, early 40s, just because of the way he's walking on his cane. Just like he's already like a cripple from before, and it looks like he has like a brace on his leg now, so it's just kind of like showing you how he is aging. And he seems to be coughing, so I don't know what kind of, maybe he's like some sort of illness that's causing him to become more ill, and maybe he's gonna turn to like technology to kind of like fix himself. It was also like a little foreboding that they showed that laser arm thing, because that's like his weapon in the game, like the laser arm. And it's like the way it like kind of cut the metal and like kind of burnt that Poro, like Heimerdinger's little pet. A little unnerving to see. I'm curious to see what's gonna cause Viktor to snap in this show. They also showed Jayce mentioned that other scientist guy, that like statue of him. I remember hearing that name from Blitzcrank's story, so I don't know if they're gonna bring that into the story. Like, it'd be kind of weird to see Blitz in this show. Like, that seems so random. Oh, and it was a little the glove that Jayce used is definitely like the thing that Vi uses in the game. So I wonder how she's gonna get a hold of that. And like at the end of like the third episode, I thought Marcus like saved Vi and was like gonna adopt her or whatever, like the way Vander did, but of course he didn't. He fucking sent her to prison because he needed someone to bring back to oh my god, I can't believe that guy is such, oh, I mean, like, true to character, he's still such an asshole. This girl just like lost her whole family, like they all died, and then you basically kidnap her from saving her sister and then have her imprisoned. Like, what an asshole. Holy crap. Also, I'm not sure what Mel is trying to play at. I think she thinks because everyone else on a council is like so easy to manipulate, she probably thinks that Jayce is gonna be just as easy to manipulate if he's on the council. And like, I feel like she thinks that the more people that she has influence over that's on the council, the more weight and the more like power she holds in the council, because she's already kind of able to manipulate like everyone in the council, basically, but to a degree. Like, so she has like a few limitations where she knows when to stop pushing things. So, but I think it's not gonna work in her favor. Like, I don't think Jayce is gonna like play by her rules the same way that the other council members are, especially the guy that still has the toy that he still hasn't like solved yet, that she gave him. Like, how many years has it been? He still has that thing. The child's toy that she gave him. She also seems extremely upset when Jayce didn't show like the new technology that him and Viktor had been working on. And Viktor seemed a little upset too that like Jayce kind of held back. And that speech was the speech he made was so weird, because he was talking about like the advancements of how Piltover is like made for like the advancement of the world or whatever, but like he is holding back his like technology. And like I can already see a conflict forming in the way like Viktor was looking at Jayce during that speech. And like if he had gone through with revealing that the new crystal to the audience, I feel like there would have been more people around that thing and it would have been more heavily guarded. That's the other thing too. I feel like Silco is kind of, I thought he would have been more of like a problem as a character, but it seems like Jinx has become like she's outdoing him in the crazy department right now. Like, he seems like he has like these plans and all these plots that he wants to like kind of push forward, but Jinx is like, but he's like careful, he's like meticulous, and he's like taking his time to like do it. And Jinx doesn't give a fuck about any of that. She just like goes, if she sees something that she wants, she goes right for it. Like she'll like make a beeline straight for that thing. She won't like, Silco seems very careful as a character, and Jinx is very reckless. It could be that she's young, or she's obviously very unstable since she made like a doll with Mylo. That was weird seeing. It was very strange that she would make one of Mylo, like a full human-sized doll of Mylo, and like a tiny thing of Claggor, because it seemed like Claggor was the one that treated her more like a person. Mylo seemed to be kind of like an asshole to her, and that could kind of speak to the toxic relationship she's had with like the male figures in her life. Vander was more close to Vi. Mylo was kind of an asshole to her, and like Silco's a monster, literally like a monster. She's like gravitating towards like the toxic men in her life, which is really weird. It was also really weird to see her like snap the way she did when Vi, the girl that looked like Vi, showed up, and she like immediately killed her. And after she killed her, she just started shooting everywhere. I agree with like the bodyguard girl. Like, Jinx is way too unstable. She shouldn't be on the field with them on these these like little jobs. And Silco has like no control over her, and it feels like she's kind of just pacifying him with these like with that crystal. Like it seems like she's just gonna do whatever she wants at this point, and like nothing he says or does is gonna be able to like stop her. And yeah, it feels like he's bitten off more than he can chew with Jinx here. And still a little kind of grossed out and weirded out with Jinx and Silco's relationship. It seems it's just like the way they interact is very like older man, younger girl, man taking advantage of younger girl like situation. I don't like seeing it. It makes me a little uncomfortable. Especially like the way she's just kind of like draped on him. Like it could be that she's like just trying to find some sort of family or like someone to like cling on to, because she's basically lost everyone. It gives me like a gross feeling seeing her with him like that, because he's a lot older. He's like Vander's age, and she was like what, like 8, 11 when she like met Silco. It's a little weird. I don't, ooh, it's like it's giving me like vibes. I don't like it. I hope they don't go that route with those two. With Heimerdinger, he seems a lot less he still retains that like I don't like magic kind of attitude, but it seems like the council kind of like outvoted him because of like the hex gates have basically improved the city by a lot. That's the other thing that's still bugging me a lot too. Like they have so much money now. Like how are you, like why haven't you helped the undertown like area at this point? Like why wouldn't you share the wealth? Like you have this golden city on one side of the bridge, and then the other side of the bridge is like trash. Like the people coming into your city, you're supposed to be the city of like progress and equality, but like look across the river. That's not equality. That's just like, that's not progress. Like they're like scraping, they're just barely scraping by, and it's pretty fucked up. And it kind of speaks to like the mentality of the people in the city, and I don't like it. Like even Jayce, even Caitlyn, like all of them are so oblivious to the problems of the people on the other side of the bridge. And it's like, I'm kind of glad that Caitlyn is the one that is meeting up with Vi here, because like I feel like she's probably the only character from Piltover that would have like an understanding of the people in the underground, in the Lowtown area. Like if Jayce were to talk to these people, I feel like there's only a few people who would be able to understand people in Undertown. It would be like, I think it would be like Caitlyn, Mel, but Mel has like ulterior, like she would understand but she wouldn't care, like their plight. Yeah, like her, Caitlyn, Mel, and Viktor, I think would be the only ones from that are in Piltover that would like have an understanding. Like I guess Viktor is already from Undertown. I'm curious to see, he has to have some sort of ties to the people in Undertown, like Viktor. So I'm curious to see, maybe like he'll find Jinx with the crystal and he'll work with her to like, I don't know, maybe he'll have some sort of disagreement with Jayce about how the hex technology is kind of going through. And that's the other thing too, like I feel like Jayce said that like Viktor and him are partners in this, right? Like Viktor was very like he was like a very fundamental part of what allowed Jayce to like succeed early on. Like if Viktor wasn't there, like Jayce would have committed suicide. When he was about to make his speech, Viktor was trying to talk to him, and he kind of just like brushed him off and just walked forward. That was very telling for me about how like the story is gonna play out between those two. I definitely feel like Viktor's gonna have very he will disagree completely with the way Jayce is kind of like moving this technology forward. And it's like it's his technology too. Like Viktor's put in a lot of work in this. Like you can see he's like his eye even like the way they showed like his eye bags and like the way he's like crouching, like he's very dedicated to his work. And he doesn't care about his health, maybe. I still don't know, like maybe he's just sick or something's like slowly killing him. It seems like him and Jayce are definitely gonna have some sort of disagreements the way they're like showing the way he looked at Jayce after that speech was kind of like how could it looked like it was like a look of betrayal on Viktor's face when Jayce kind of like tried to push back the reveal of their technology that they've worked on. And it was also weird to see the dynamic shift from like the way Jinx and Silco's relationship was. Like it seemed like I thought he was gonna have like this insane control and manipulation over her, but it seems like she's just too much for him to handle nowadays. Like she's grown into this person that's just like maybe like he spoiled her because he saw himself in her a little. Like he saw the way Vi and Jinx were being treated, like he saw himself in the same position that Jinx was in, and now it's like he took her in, he tried to manipulate her in that manner, and maybe he like spoiled her a little too much and gave her a little bit too much freedom and like never reeled her in, because now she's just kind of like ignoring anything he says. Like even when like the music was playing but she didn't have headphones on, like she could still hear him. She was obviously just ignoring him. I can't wait to see more of Caitlyn's like investigation scenes, because those are really well done, like the way she kind of like took in the crime scene on the blimp or the ship. And Marcus seems like he's still such a dick. I thought like the people around him dying would have like changed his personality a bit, but like he's still the same. A little disappointing, but I mean, what can you do? I guess he's still like true to himself as a character. He's very much an asshole. I'm still disappointed that Grayson died. She was such a good character. I'm not sure how Vi is gonna get out of prison, or how Caitlyn is gonna get Vi out of prison, or like how. I just want to know how Vi ends up becoming an enforcer, because that's such a long shot from where she is right now. I do like how they focused more on Caitlyn this episode. They didn't show Ekko at all. I still think he's like the leader of the Firelights or whatever, but like he might not be, just because like the weapon he was using was like a stick. That's kind of like what Ekko uses in the game, and even like in his cinematic he uses like a metal rod thing as his weapon of choice. And like even the height, like if Ekko aged up the way that Jinx did, he would be about that height and stuff. And like even like the friends that he chose, like that girl that got shot, that Jinx shot, she looked a little bit like Vi, and that could even speak to like Ekko trying to find people who looked like the ones he kind of grew up with, because like Ekko was also kind of left alone at the end of episode 3. Like everyone he knew basically died that day except for Vi, and Vi got captured and imprisoned, and Jinx got taken in by Silco. So Ekko had like no one. Like him and Jinx and Vi, they were the last 3 left, and they were all separated there the last episode. So I am guessing that the leader is Ekko, but like it could be, he might not be. Because like even in the intro they didn't show Ekko in the intro. They just had the guy with the stick and the mask. I'm kind of hoping it is Ekko, because again he's like one of my favorite characters in the game. I don't know, we'll see. Oh man, it was a really good episode. That was really well done. It felt like it did feel like the first episode of a new season, honestly. The way they set it up, and it makes me a little nervous because it makes me feel like they're maybe not going to continue the story. They also mentioned Noxus, the place where Darius is from. They mentioned that place, so it feels like they're kind of leaving it open-ended, so that if they want to, they can expand to the other parts of the world. It'd be interesting if they do. Maybe they'll like focus on Piltover for the first season, and then the other seasons they'll kind of focus on the other cities from the game, because they do have the gates now that like lead to the other cities. That's kind of like my thoughts on this last on the 4th episode. I really enjoyed it. It's just such a vast world, and it keeps getting better and better. I do like the reveal of Vi at the end there. I can't wait to see the next one. I'll probably watch it immediately after this. Who knows? Alright, thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Alright, have a great day. See you all. Bye.